A few weeks ago, it was reported by Jason Schreier that the Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic remake was delayed indefinitely after the game director and the art director for the game were fired following a demo of the game for Lucasfilm and Sony that was simply not up to the standards that they were hoping for. The news of the delay was very unfortunate, however now the situation seems to be quite different to what we first believed. Last week, Embracer Group, the owner of Asypr Media, who are or were developing the KOTOR remake, released a financial report that stated the following. One of the group's AAA projects has transitioned to another studio within the group. They then went on to say that they weren't expecting any material delays for the title based on this transition, and the move to the studio for this mystery AAA game is to ensure the quality bar is to where we need it to be. So whilst Embracer hasn't said that this is KOTOR, it would make a huge amount of sense for it to be following the recent reports of the delay. If this moved game is KOTOR, then who would it have moved to? Well, earlier this year it was announced that Asypr Interactive, another studio within Embracer Group, would help Asypr Media on this KOTOR remake. Now though, due to Asypr seemingly not providing a game that's up to the standards required, the game has shifted development over to Asypr Interactive. What I find interesting though is the fact that they've said that they're not expecting any material delays for the project, which seems incredibly unlikely to me. Yes, okay, Asypr Interactive were working on the project anyway, but now they'll be working on it far more than they were compared to when Asypr were on the project as well. The sudden shift from partly working on it to working on it fully logistically will be a bit of a ball ache, among other things. Any major shift in a project like this will cause delays, but it ultimately depends on how far along they are in the project and how big the required changes are. There were reports that the game could release later this year, so probably November 2022, however now it's thought to be much later. A lot of people are suggesting 2023 as a year to release, but trusted insider Jason Schreier said that even 2024 is a very optimistic goal unless they bring down the scope of the project. To me, it sounds like Asypr Media were trying to do something a bit too big too soon for what they were capable of, or Embracer Group or Sony wanted the game to get out even sooner than what Asypr could manage. I'd really like to see the game's scope stay as big as it can be, but if it ultimately is going to be too big and cause issues, then I don't want that at all. At the end of the day, I'd rather wait for any Star Wars game to be properly finished and the best they can be before release rather than rushed out, and whilst I do very much hate this drought of Star Wars gaming, it will no doubt get better someday soon. It is also worth saying that Embracer Group haven't confirmed that this moved game is or isn't KOTOR, so it could be something else entirely, but last night Jason Schreier came out with another report that essentially confirms that KOTOR has indeed switched from Asypr over to Asypr Interactive. It's a real shame for the developers at Asypr who have just been spending the last 2 years of their life working on the game, but I do hope that Asypr Interactive can produce a great game. Anyway guys, that is it from me today. Let me know what you think of all of this news in the comments below. Thank you all very much for watching, and may the force be with you always.